You have to be careful about making a weird show or watching a weird show.
Hello, this is Greg Smalley on Pod 366, a weird movies podcast. Joined this pre-Christmas episode by the festive Giles Edwards.
Hi, I've got a green bow tie on.
He's got a green bow tie on.
On accident.
On accident. All right. Today we do not have a whole lot to discuss. We're going to discuss some very late Christmas ideas, some that are so late you can't possibly get them by Christmas. And then we're going to look at someone else's list of 100 surrealist movies that aren't actually surrealist movies, most of them, but we'll discuss that a little bit when we get to it. Actually, that'll take up the bulk of the show. We love lists. So.
Who doesn't? Santa likes lists.
Santa likes lists. Santa and Peter Greenaway like lists.
Oh, no. A Greenaway Christmas special. That's maybe before he fully retires.
Can you see the screen?
I can see 4 images and 4 images of words, yes.
Okay. Let us go with the, well, I don't want to go with that one. Let's see. Let's go with the late breaking Christmas gift suggestions that you can't get in on time. And we've discussed all of these before. They're all sort of re-releases. So just quickly describe this. I think it's a 4K UHD cover, if you would.
Yeah, sounds right. Well, we got a nice sort of soft, dark, pleasant, almost, calming purple color motif to this whole thing, which is a bunch of images with, I don't know, I'll say zombie-esque looking monsters hovering in the background with, in various states of decay and raised limbs looming toward the center figure, a young fellow with glasses, short hair, a kind of, white doctor's coat, his top button's undone, so he's obviously hard at work. And in his hand, he is holding a very foreshortened syringe full of an ominous, glowing-looking green liquid, and just sort of small, obscuring this gentleman's, I believe, left shoulder, is a looming figure done up in sort of early 80s style scrub surgery gear, holding a passed out woman in some nice sleep attire. Probably worth mentioning that she's blonde and the figure holding her has no head.
There you go. All right. And it is
Reanimator.
Yeah, go on.
I was going to say the 12th, 15th release I've seen, I think.
Yes. We have actually discussed this particular release from Ignite Films in detail on another episode of the show, which I'll try to remember to link. But the only reason we're mentioning it this time is it's now, you used to have to buy it straight from Ignite Films website. Now it's available at other retailers. And if you recall, when we went through that episode with Alex Kittle, who worked on some of the supplementary materials, she said there were about 5 different versions of it that you could get. So this is going to be the standard stripped down version.
This is this is described on the Amazon site as standard special edition. So I guess it's got a list of everything there. So if that's good enough for you to have the standard special edition as opposed to the special standard edition, then
the deluxe standard edition and the special deluxe edition. Some of them came with little things like, there was a little toy. I think it might have been like a Funko version.
Yep. Yeah.
Funko Pop version of Herbert West. And
yep.
You won't get that. But
no, I briefly contemplated doing that, but then I thought, I need those several $100s put elsewhere right now. So
yes, well, this one won't set you back. It's a 4K / Blu-ray. It will not set you back hundreds of dollars. It will only set you back a cool $35 right now.
Of course, I'm seeing a link right next to it for a $2,000 VHS tape.
Wow.
The Vestron Video release, the R-rated version, if you are into that sort of
rare,
thing.
I guess. I'm not that kind of movie collector, so. But yes, that's Reanimator, now available to order off any standard retailer. And moving on to another one, which we've also discussed extensively and We've discussed this still before without determining what the brand of cigarettes were, but do you want
All
to
right.
go through it real fast?
Sure, we have an interior bedroom scene. Leaning up in the up in the bed is a young woman. Seeing she has nothing on below her waist, but has a kind of I'll say it's like a riding tunic. She leans up on some pillows and holds a cigarette out of the way, certainly of the fella who is resting up against her. He is lying down, head resting on her upper stomach there with a kind of lost expression, which, considering his recent intake before and during this scene, I'm not terribly surprised. He is fully dressed in a black, sort of athletic little jacket thing and bright white slacks to go with it, and so something's up. The lighting's done nicely with a single lamp ostensibly illuminating this heartwarming or whatever scene. And yes, on the bed, a package of cigarettes, and it's probably a lighter
Mhm.
resting next to it.
Yeah, I bet that's a lighter. And the guy is a jockey. The movie is Kill the Jockey. And
The woman is also a jockey.
the woman is also a
She's not
jockey.
the target in the movie, though.
She's not the title jockey, but she's also a jockey. Um, and that is on VOD now, free on Amazon Prime. I got a notice that this was coming onto VOD, and when I checked, it looked like it had already been on VOD,
Hmm.
but I might be confused, or I might have updated it without realizing that I had. But it is new, I believe, for Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime subscribers can now see Kill the Jockey for free, which I would recommend you do if you like weird movies. We've talked about Kill the Jockey several times, and we'll see if it shows up on our
Oh,
top 10
can you
weird
hear me, Greg?
movies of 2025 list. Go on, Giles.
Testing.
Yes, I can hear you, can't see you, or you're not moving.
Testing.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm back. Good.
Final thoughts on Kill the Jockey, if you have any.
Oh, I'm not sure what you just said, but I enjoyed it very much. And yes, nicely warped in from an odd movie into a very weird one.
Yeah, and as I was saying, we'll see if it ends up on our top 25 of two, top 10 of
So
2025
I
lists.
was going to try some catch up, but if it to catch up with this, but if it's 25 movie, that's oof.
25 movies. All right, let's move on to another release that you won't be able to get in time for Christmas, but this is the back of a Blu-ray cover that Giles will quickly describe for you.
All right. Bottom third is done in whatever that, sort of movie poster credits font is that seems ubiquitous. Middle third is specifically about this thing done in, wow, it's all italics. Good for them, except for the sort of geometric strange title thing. Oh, and in the top third, a quarter of the top third is covered by the ISBN number, but to the left of that is a young woman with severe but very precise eyebrows and a recently shaved head, wearing a nondescript pale garment. This suggests she may be captured somewhere. Just below that, we see a couple, I don't know, hipster loser guys walking amidst some greenage, and then to the right of that is bearded fellow, maybe wearing a suit, looking a bit tired and severe, and he's
And
maybe a ginger. I can't be sure.
he's bedraggled.
Yes.
And the bedraggled gentleman is Jesse Plemons, and the woman with the shaved head is Emma Stone, and therefore you should already have guessed that this is Bugonia, the Blu-ray. I think it's also in 4K. Um, they are releasing this on December 23rd, which just shows you how much they value physical media, right? Because you can't get this under your Christmas tree quite in time. Um, but if you get some Christmas money, then here's what you can spend it on. One of the two things you can spend it on. Um, it comes with one bonus feature, a making of featurette. I'll go ahead and just read the synopsis for you in case you're not familiar with Bugonia, which you should be. A wildly entertaining psychological thriller, the film follows two conspiracy-obsessed young men who kidnap a powerful CEO they believe is an alien out to destroy humanity. What begins as a paranoid act spirals into a battle of delusions and control, one as viscerally unpredictable as it is provocative.
Did you find it viscerally unpredictable, Greg?
No, because I'd seen the movie it was based on, so he changed something. They changed some things up. There was a surprise in it, but it basically followed the plot of Save the Green Planet, although better done. I will say the ending was the very ending, the kind of epilogue part of the ending,
Mhm.
was very different and very surprising.
Ah.
Have you seen it yet, Giles?
I have not seen it yet,
You need to see it.
but in aid of the list, I will make an effort before we have to do our top 10 to check out this thing from exciting, not at all up and coming anymore, director Lanthimos.
All right. One more thing that
Whew.
is also being released on December 23rd that Giles will now endeavor to describe this very busy promotional image.
There's a lot that they're promoting here, but at least they give me some labels. Well, this is a box set, and on the front of that box is a very blue-toned picture of a young woman, perhaps older girl. I'm going to guess young woman, black hair. She's lying amidst some, leafy things, looking, oh, I don't know, weary, cynical, but still a bit of innocence or something going on. And inside this box, there's another box, in which I imagine we find the three discs on display here, two of which have different characters, one of them echoing the front outer box cover, and the other being a young maybe fellow who I'm guessing could be another major character. And in the middle is a vibrant disc that is done in, shall we say, more traditionally cartoon lighting and coloring. And she's wearing, could be lingerie, could be ballerina, could be some sort of other cheer kind of athletic thing. And so we have this animated thing going on with this one character who has her own booklet, 132 pages. There's one poster, which I'm guessing they're not putting to scale because they say the poster is 40 by 30 inches, which seems to have woman superimposed on woman, the front of these being a bit more blood covered than the stoic picture behind it. And the other little bonus things are 10 art cards, most of which are the female from the front.
Yep. And this is Perfect Blue, the new release from Shout Factory of the 4K restoration. And it comes with three discs. And I'm not 100% sure what the three discs are. One is a 4K, one is a
Hmm.
standard Blu-ray. The third one could be a CD that looks different.
Oh.
Because
Oh, right, because it's 117 minutes. That's almost certainly a CD.
Okay, it could be very well be a CD. Um, Poster, 10 cards, booklet, three discs.
Although it says subtitled. Hmm. Well, anyway, there's a lot in this box.
Yes. If you look at the pre-order link, uh, I think they describe bonus features are the booklet, art cards, poster, remastered film on Blu-ray, original feature presentation. Now, that might be the extra disc. I don't know why they would put in a low definition version since they've restored it. There is complete 117 minutes of lectures by director Satoshi Kon,
Uh,
subtitled in English for the first time. So that's that bonus disc, I suppose.
let's see.
Then
What
there's
about?
something called Angel of Your Heart recording session and full English version. That might be just an extra. That's what I thought might be the CD. Maybe it's just an extra on the Blu-ray. Cast
Hmm.
and crews, interviews, theatrical trailers, and TV spots. I'll go ahead and read the project description for those of you unfamiliar with the canonically weird Perfect Blue. Also on the next list we're going to discuss,
Uh,
rising pop star Mima has quit singing to pursue a career as an actress and a model, but her fans aren't ready to see her go. Encouraged by her manager, Mima takes on a recurring role on a popular TV show when suddenly her handlers and collaborators begin turning up murdered. Harboring feelings of guilt and haunted by visions of her former self, Mima's reality and fantasy meld into a frenzied paranoia. As her stalker closes in person and online, the threat he poses is more real than even Mima knows. So, that description doesn't really tell you how weird and wild this film is. It's a film I've described before as having a lot going on in it. Um, it is one I'm pretty sure Giles hasn't seen.
mhm.
Uh,
I got that right.
well, I don't.
Hasn't seen yet, I think.
Hasn't seen yet,
That's
yes.
all. Yeah.
There's so much to watch that. Are you seeing a website? Are you
I'm still seeing
still seeing the same one? I'm
seeing
trying to get that last list up.
uh,
I have a better version of it. This, okay, can you see it?
I can see 25 film titles a
Okay,
year, release years,
yes,
and directors.
yes. But that
Ah,
is,
now I see a web. Okay, I saw a website briefly.
ah, I'm not sure. I can't get everything going right because I clicked the bad button and here we go. Stop that. Stop that share. Can you just see me now?
I see you. I still see a list 1 through 25, and you up in the
Still
little.
see me, a list 1 through 25, huh? Well, I must apologize. What do you see now?
I briefly saw a website. I see 25 titles.
Can you, what are the 25 titles? What's it sub or headlined?
The headlining title is Un Chien Andalou from
There's
1929.
no title at the top. I can't.
Oh, not in the graphic I'm seeing, but it's a list of 100
Ah, here we go.
surrealist movies of all time. All right, so now
Yes.
I see a surrealist
Now,
film list. Ah, here we go.
now, this is the version of that I recreated in Word.
Ah,
So this was a list of 100 best surrealist movies of all time, as picked by tastes of cinema and shared to their various um, social media platforms. It's not on
mm,
the regular website, but I saw it on Twitter and then I saw it again on Facebook showing up later.
ah.
These are the 100 movies their staff chose as the best surrealist movies. Now, first problem we have is that very few of these are actually surrealist movies.
Yeah, if they stuck to the broader term surreal movies, I don't think I'd have any real quibbles with that.
Perhaps I'd still have quibbles.
Fewer quibbles.
Fewer quibbles for sure, yes. Um, there, to be honest, there probably aren't 100 great surrealist movies in existence. The surrealist movie, movement per se only lasted a couple hundred years, or a couple of years at its height. There was a sweet spot of like 4 to 5 years. Then Andre Breton kind of kept it going up until the 60s, even though
Mm,
most people weren't really doing anything within the
yeah.
movement, but he kept the circle
Mhm.
alive. Um, a surrealist movie is a movie that comes straight from the unconscious, is irrational, and the way you can identify a surrealist movie is it doesn't have a plot. If it has a plot, you know it's not a surrealist movie. Uh, it might have an organizing artistic principle of some kind,
And a followable sequence of events,
yeah, but not an
not
actual
a.
plot. So then you get into neo-surrealist movies, which are movies that uh, most of this fits much better into the neo-surrealist
Mm.
category, which, are films that are structured with a plot but have heavy, heavy influence of surrealist ideas, imagery, and long sequences where will be completely irrational. And then you have movies that are just weird movies. Now, this is really a list of 100 weird movies, not surrealist movies, not even neo-surrealist movies, even though the neo-surrealist movies, there are plenty of them in here.
I figured out your system.
Yes. So when I cut and pasted this list with the aid of AI, I might say, I color coded them, and Giles has figured it out. What are the colors, Giles?
Well, the red are certified. The gold or yellow tone are apocrypha. And straight up black means we haven't committed, although I know that their slot number five um, had better be in the apocrypha eventually.
Have you seen it?
I reviewed it.
Slot number 5 is Dreams That Money Can Buy,
Oh yeah.
which is um, potentially a surrealist movie. I don't know. I
I don't know
haven't
if it's surrealist. It's definitely weird.
Definitely neo-surrealist. It's from Hans Richter, who was involved with the surrealist movement. With this, obviously, we only have about a little less than 20 minutes to talk about this, so obviously, we're not going to go over every single title. I'll start with their top 4. These are all listed in chronological order, by the way. Un Chien Andalou, which of course is a surrealist movie, probably the uh, premier surrealist movie. L'Âge d'Or, The Blood of a Poet, which is that's where you get into the questionable. Now, it's from Jean Cocteau. Jean Cocteau refused to join the surrealist movement and, in fact, feuded with the surrealists quite a bit. But Blood of the Poet is a movie that could definitely have come out of the surrealist movement. It's a completely irrational avant-garde movie. And then Meshes of the Afternoon from Maya Deren, which was heavily influenced by surrealism, and Dreams That Money Can Buy from Hans Richter. Those are your first 5. And you'll notice these go through, there are 100 of them.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling through them for you guys. The first 25 go up to 1970, so it is very heavily skewed towards more recent movies, which I guess is understandable because they make more movies these days, and audiences are much more tuned in to movies that were made more recently.
Yeah, availability. I imagine who knows what many surrealist things made between 1930 and 1950 were lost forever, for instance. But yeah, they end with 2020. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yes. I certainly agree with your
well, we're gonna
first.
go get to those later.
Uh,
They should have titles that they should have included.
mhm.
I wanted to go over the titles that they included. Now there are like probably 85 of these that we have made canonically weird, and I wanted to go over the ones that we haven't and discuss why they made one list and not the other. And a large part of that reason is often because I haven't seen the movie that they chose on. And that's the deal with Dreams That Money Can Buy, which Giles recommends for the list. The next one that they have that we don't have is The Hand in 1965 by Jiri Trinka, which I haven't seen.
Has any of our squad seen that one?
No, we have not
Oh,
reviewed that. And in fact, I think I'm only very vague.
nope.
It just like
I think I
rings a
may
very
be fading out
vague,
again, but you carry on.
it rings a very vague bell with me. Giles, you say you're gone?
Testing,
Okay.
testing.
I'm carrying on until Giles comes back. Uh, Next one is Tokyo Drifter, which I have seen and would not have put on the list. A little bit weird, definitely not a surrealist movie.
Hmm.
And it's more of a pop art kind of campy version of a Yakuza film from
Yep.
Seijun Suzuki. His next one, Branded to Kill, also made the list and is the very next one on their list. That is definitely a weird movie and a movie that goes so far off the rails that you could arguably call it almost surrealist, more neo-surrealist. Are you back, Giles?
I am back and have heard your discussion of Tokyo Drifter and Branded to Kill.
Have you seen either of them, Giles?
I have seen Tokyo Drifter and agree
Ah,
with your
so what
assessment.
did you do? You think it's a surrealist movie, a
I
weird
would
movie?
not describe it that way. Um, it has a number of moments of surreal doings, but as to tying it officially to either the original or neo version of that art movement, I share your reluctance.
How about as just a weird movie in general?
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I can understand. Well, it's you gave it capsule treatment and then described Branded to Kill, the follow-up, as a must-see
Yeah.
number 63 on the canon. So yeah, there was more reluctance and rationing back in the day, I suppose, when 366 started. So I can understand it not being included. However, if it had been on the list, it wouldn't have felt out of place.
I thought it was it's a great movie. It's
Oh,
a
I know you like.
great Yakuza movie, a great Suzuki movie. You know, his second Branded to Kill being the one that just knocks everybody out. Tokyo Drifter is much more approachable and
Yeah.
watchable by the average person since it does have a plot. Um, I just didn't think it was weird enough to.
Oh, no, I can certainly understand it not being on the list.
All right. So,
A real offense case for me, I guess. So, yeah.
next one that they included that we haven't, The Hour of the Furnaces, 1968, Octavio Gattino and Fernando Solanas. I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I certainly haven't.
It could be
Uh,
a short film. Does not ring a bell to me. I
let's
don't know
see.
the names Gattino and Solanas either. They seem like Italians, um,
The Hour of the Furnaces. Oh,
Spanish. I
okay.
don't
So it
know.
might even 1968, you said?
Yeah,
Oh, am I phasing out again?
no,
I think I found it. If you can hear me,
sure. Go on.
it's an unrated movie, 4 hours and 20
Oh,
minutes.
okay.
And it's a documentary. Huh? Uh-huh. Okay. All right. It sounds like a very, okay.
Anything else you can tell us about it before we move on there, John?
Three-part documentary made in Czechoslovakia,
Hmm.
or about Czech citizens protesting USSR. So probably fascinating, but if it's a documentary,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about the weirdness of it. Next up that they put on, Spirit of the Beehive, 1973. A lot of people love that movie. I found it a little dull, to be honest. Not very weird, really. It sort of has like a surrealist sensibility to it, I guess.
hmm
Have you seen it, Giles?
I have not seen Spirit of the Beehive. Did it get
That's
covered, or did you just watch it?
I don't think I even decided to write it up. But a lot of people love this movie. It's about a Spanish or Mexican, I forget which girl, who sees the Frankenstein movie on TV, probably, in the 40s or so, and then imagines that Frankenstein is real. A lot of people love it though. The
Looks like
next two are A Team, Pastoral to Die in the Country, and The Last Days of the World, both by Shuji Terayama. Terayama's movies are not really available.
mm,
Pastoral to Die in the Country is spoken of highly, but I have never seen it, nor the other one. Time Masters is a animated movie, sort of like in the it's by the guy who did Forbidden uh, Fantastic Planet? Fantastic Planet, yes. Rene Laloux. Um, a reader reviewed that for us. I haven't seen it. Dimensions of Dialogue from Jan Svankmajer is a short film, very memorable film. I wouldn't have included it just because it's not really substantial enough as a very short film with claymation. Um, It'll remind Giles of some Bill Plimpton stuff if he sees it.
Oh, there's a non-zero chance I've seen this actually. I early in my tenure, first year or two or so, I was working at 366. I did a review of a collection of Svankmajer
Yeah, I thought we.
shorts, and this looks kind of familiar.
Yeah, if you see the still, it's those two
Oh
clay
yeah.
heads that kind of merge together. Um, Next up that we didn't include was Mauvais Sang, Bad Blood by Leos Carax, 1986. I had thought somebody had reviewed that on our site, but I couldn't find it. I haven't seen it. Next up, The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, the Gilliam version, 1988. I just know I mean, it's just a fantasy movie. It's
Mhm.
not weird. It's not surreal. It's not surrealist. Doesn't belong on a list like this, despite being a very good movie and a movie that people who like the other movies on this list will probably like.
Yeah, one of those good gateway movies. I know that I saw that as a boy, and
Mhm.
I'm sure it had its influence.
Next up is Dogra Magra, which I believe 1988 movie. I believe somebody on the site has reviewed. I've never seen it. Toshio Matsumoto. Next up, Time of the Gypsies by Emir Kusturica, 1988. Again, good movie, not very weird at all, really. Um, then Lars von Trier's Europa from 1991. Not one of Lars von Trier's weirder movies. Even it's the most popular of his first three films, the Europa trilogy, but not even the one I like the most. But still, a lot of people like it. And some avant-garde flourishes, but kind of a very easy to follow plot. Have you seen it, Giles?
I have not seen much, if any, Von Trier.
Okay. I would left that one off, but it's like a borderline case for
Hmm.
including on a weird movies list, not at all to be included on a surrealist movies list. Next up is Spunkmeyer's Faust, which I haven't seen, is not on DVD, but was reviewed for our site. It's not on DVD anymore. It was when it first came out. It was
Uh,
reviewed on our site by Alex Kittle. Spunkmeyer's movies in general are really hard to find.
Certainly hard to find good versions of them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That one, since I haven't seen it, I can't comment, but it probably belongs there. Spunkmeyer was a legitimate surrealist, even though his movies were mostly more neo-surrealist in tone. Next up, Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Cure, which is a weird movie, not really a surrealist movie, sort of a horror psychological thriller thing. And then we get into start getting into ones Giles has seen since we get into the
Hey,
2000s.
young feller like myself.
There's two very close in proximity on this list, The Cell and The Fall by Tarsum Singh. I've seen neither. I think Giles has seen both.
I saw The Cell in theaters, actually.
And
Um, yeah, they there are surreal elements to both,
mhm.
but they have very clear. Both of them are very much telling a story, and in particular, The Fall, it's like a movie about telling a story, which
Mhm.
I guess might be meta, but I don't know, sir. But yeah, certainly vibrant and creative, and I really highly recommend, especially The Fall. Um, but yeah, I would not describe them as overall surrealist, although I guess The Cell and to a slightly lesser extent The Fall have brief surreal sequences.
I'd call them what I consider like MTV surrealism is what they
Yeah, well,
look like. Next up,
there's
oh, go on.
accurate, fairly accurate description there.
Darren Aronofsky's The Fountain, which not especially weird even for an Aronofsky movie, and none of Aronofsky's movies are surrealist. Uh, some of them are kind of neo-surrealist. A weird movie, not a movie I would include on a list just because I don't think it's quite good enough, and it's certainly overshadowed by Aronofsky's other work. Next up, The Killing of a Sacred Deer by Lanthimos. Um, it's unusual. It's more of Lanthimos doing a horror movie, though, in a
Hmm.
Lanthimosian style. Um,
I
Weird, not surrealist.
I'd
Arguable that you
argue
can see.
his Killing of a Sacred Deer is orders of magnitude better than his debut film Canetta, which
Apparently,
I describe Canetta actually as closer to surrealist than Killing of a Sacred Deer in that there's just a series of stuff going on that I don't know if I couldn't follow it or couldn't be bothered to follow it.
next up is Alex Garland's Annihilation from 2018, which is a science fiction movie, not surrealist. We didn't include it. Good movie, has surreal imagery, but nothing other than the imagery about it is really surreal. Next up, Quentin Dupieux's Deerskin, which I can see putting on the list. All of Dupieux's movies are surreal and generally surrealist, so that's one we didn't choose to include on in 366 movies, so I wouldn't include it in 100, but it is in the right area. And then I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Charlie Kaufman. Again,
Oh.
weird movie, uh, psychological thriller, but not surrealist. It's a good movie to be included here. I had 16 movies. We're running out of time, but I had 16 movies that I thought they should have included in replacement of some of the things they have here. These are movies that fit their kind of criteria and taste. It's Tetsuo, the Iron Man, Mother from Aronofsky, The Woman in the Dunes, The Company of Wolves, Liquid Sky, Street of Crocodiles. They had no Quay brothers. Street of Crocodiles should be there. Escape from Tomorrow, Belle de Jour, which was kind of a strange omission. I thought maybe they thought they had too much Buñuel.
Hmm.
Enemy, Lost Highway. Again, I guess they thought they had too much David Lynch. The Devils, they had no Ken Russell, so there it goes. Antichrist in place of Europa from Von Trier. Dr. Caligari, the late version, Performance, WR, Mysteries of the Organism, and Three Women from Robert Altman. Those are ones I think that they should have considered in place of some of the ones they did. Do you have anything to add, Giles, in less than a minute?
Well, happy Christmas and other holiday to everyone. Be sure to subscribe, like, listen to, watch, leave comments, buy our book. Stay safe out there this holiday season, and I think that gives us 2 seconds left.
All right. See you then. See you in 2 weeks. Next week, we're off for Christmas. Bye bye, everybody.
Weird. Yeah, I guess that is the word for it. Weird.